Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone goal.
Live from the Raising Cane studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 3 of OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. We've got Chef Michael Johnson in 15 minutes. We've got Coach Jay Johnson in 30 minutes. Looking forward to those conversations as we have them every single Thursday here on OTB. I get nervous when you chicken peck. When I hear your keyboard, I get a little nervous.
I'm talking to the good folks in the chat about this bounty I have on a card.
Well, what card is it?
It's a.
Do you mind sharing? You know, it's almost like we're, played in a couple different states, a couple different areas in Louisiana.
That's true. I'm looking for a 2012 Panini Prism, first year Prism, green Prism, parallel of myself.
Is it numbered or just green?
No, I don't think it is. I think it was like a.
Yeah, 12 was the first year I didn't have. I had cards.
I
had cards in 8, 9, 10, 11, and I didn't have them in 12. I missed Prism.
I'm not like super honed in and educated on all the different releases on the parallels, but this was the first year, so there was limited parallels. But your boy is rainbow hunting right now. I need the green.
It's the only one you need, right?
Yep. I got some.
How many of those?
I got the ones that are harder to find.
How many of those are out there?
I mean, it's not super short, I don't think, because there's green of other players out there for sale, and they're not that pricey. So that's what I need. Green parallel.
Matt Flynn, 2012, green.
Yep.
What's your
Prism?
Prism.
Mm-hmm. So Panini losing the license after this year, so the original year Prism is going very sought after.
Yeah. Because that's all going to Topps, right? Everything?
Yeah, the license Topps.
Is Panini going to have anything?
I mean, other sports.
That's what I'm saying. What are sports?
Football. Yeah, I mean, everybody is pretty much declaring the football part, put a tombstone on it. They're like, oh, this is the last year of Prism. This is the last year of National Treasures. This is the last year of blah, blah, blah. They'll still probably have them, just not with a license, so they're not going to be. So they'll just have a red helmet on instead of a red helmet with a logo.
Yeah, which is just not good.
Why don't they just give both companies the license?
That's not how licensing works. Well, it could.
It does.
To your point.
Actually.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Not seeing it, bud.
No, it's not there. You can find it on Card Ladder, a sold one. I've reached out to the people that sold it. Got crickets.
There's one, a singular, and not because it's one of one, but Cooper Flagg's got 30 one of ones, just different cards. There's one of one of me on eBay, and I just continue to message the guy hey, at first I started I don't really like this card. What would you be willing to do on it? Because he's got it way overpriced for who it is.
Yeah.
What do you know?
There is nobody in the world that's more valuable
literally
than
not one
to
person in the world, not one, not even my mother, would spend that amount of money on this card. So I'm like, hey, realistically, what do you want to do here? I was like, what's your PC? I'll trade you some cards and give you some money. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Check your messages, bud. It's been 6 months. Sent you 5 messages.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. The card's still there.
He's just a big fan. He doesn't want to sell it.
No, he's not. Like in Wisconsin or something.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Check your messages, bud.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, no thanks.
Yep.
I'm good.
Problem is like they've probably been sitting on these for a long time. They probably paid like $3 for them 10 years ago. So they're like, they don't have anything invested in it. So it's not like they're trying to get it flipped. They're just waiting on actually you to come to your senses. Maybe have too many cold pops one night.
I'm not
Pull the
doing
trigger.
that. It's a principal deal at this point. Not doing it. I got a lot of numbered. I've saved them for our, for the boys and for Harlow if they ever want them. Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I got them. Got a lot of the 50s, a lot of the 5s, a lot of the 10s.
Yep.
There's one of one out there. And
Yep.
This guy will not message me back.
Yep. When I first got into it, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm buying like everything in numbered I can find.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
You told me that and I did it too.
And at the point, and at some point, I was like, all right, I got a lot. Now I'm going to hone in on 2 sets and try to complete the rainbow, which is getting every parallel of that one set. One of them's 2012 Prism.
Yep.
Because it's the original year. And one of them's 2008 Topps Chrome. So,
our rookie. That's one of the sweetest cards.
they're great.
08 Topps Chrome, impeccable.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I've got a bunch of the black ones of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. And they look good.
You gave me a graded one, a red.
I gave you a red to 25.
Yeah.
Graded.
It's a
Not a big
9.
deal. It was a little gift for you. It was your birthday.
It was a 9 though.
Chump.
So let us know if you're going out to the card show this
Yeah,
weekend.
if you find those, any one of those
And if you
parallels,
see
like,
those-
hit me up.
if you see another one of one, or if you see the green parallel there,
for real, like,
Prism
I've reached out to
2012.
card shops like in California on the East Coast, like, hey, like people that have sold these cards in the past, like, hey, like, can you get that information of who bought it? I know it was 6 years ago.
We need to find out how many are actually out there, though.
It's not like
I know.
you can look up green parallel from 2012 and like that tons of them pop
Okay.
up, like from other players. Just
Yeah.
not to me.
Have you put it out there on the socials?
No, I don't know if I got a lot of card folks that follow me.
You don't know.
I guess I'd be
I'm
surprised.
assuming you'd be Packers.
No,
this-
well,
No,
the
it's-
2012
this
is
one
actually
is
Seattle.
Seattle.
Okay, that's what I couldn't remember what year. Was that your first year in Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
only a year. Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah.
like that part is not valuable to me. It's just the fact that the brand, it was the first year of like this, like one of the top brands in sports card collecting, in football at least, since what people say kind of changed the game a little bit. Panini Prism. Anyway, I'm sure people are really tired of hearing us talk about sports.
I don't know. I mean, we're not
Jack's
the
kinda
only people
popping
that
off.
do it.
I mean, like,
We're not the only people. Our guy, Cole Kubelik,
uh-huh.
who's SEC Network, Jocks Morning Show, #1. We're coming for you. He breaks like legit every day. He sends them to me. He's like, "Hey, you want Purdue for $55?"
I know. He said there in breaks, like, come on, guys, come on, chat.
I mean, he is a breaker. So we're not alone in this. We're not.
I actually have people around town like that I see. They're like, dude, like my whole feed is filled with card. Like
Yeah, me too.
everybody is. The last like 12 to 24 months has been a wild ride for the card.
Oh
world.
yeah, our friend over at Pro Dreams,
Uh-huh.
Trey.
Yep.
Half their shop now, they got cards in there.
Mm-hmm.
Had somebody come in, like a legit source come in, and now they got cards. So if you're not in the card game, you're the weirdo, not us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nerds, not in cards. Dorks. But seriously, I'm looking for that.
If you could have a one of a current player in the National Football League, current player.
What year? A rookie 101?
No, let's go veteran one of one for sentimental value.
Oh, sentimental value.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, this isn't worth as much as some others. I'm going Kyle Juszczyk. No doubt. Guy literally by himself kept fullbacks alive long enough for it to become a deal again. And now it's a deal again.
Okay, sentimental. I don't know. Do y'all have? I don't know if I have.
I think
one.
I'm gonna
a current
go-
sentimental one. I don't think I have one.
No, I don't know about sentimental, but like if
I
I'm
mean, you know
thinking,
what I mean.
but if I'm thinking
Like-
of like what's gonna have like a high value later, maybe this is dumb, but like Miles Garrett.
It's not dumb. Now, say in the card game, quarterbacks are king.
Yeah.
Offensive players are king
Right.
for the most part. So it's like
Well,
quarterbacks
he has
and
the-
then
I'm thinking the sack record thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
If
not
you-
going to do bad.
They got some good rookie ones. Like his
Yeah.
rookie ones. His,
Tom
his
Brady
veteran cards.
rookie card for me.
I think you said
Well, yeah.
current.
Current.
Oh, current.
I know it seems like he's always current. That was why I said current because like you could give like, oh, give me a Mickey Mantle. That'd be cool. That'd be fun.
I mean, the Mahomes has got to be worth something, right?
Hunter Renfro.
Hunter Renfro, you think so?
Tyler Shuck.
He'll be.
I-
Renfro will be current when the Saints
Chuck
sign him.
is
Yeah.
big. Got a
I
big
am a
market.
proud owner of
A
a
Shuck.
lot of Rattler cards
Oh, okay.
and now Shuck cards as well.
Hell yeah.
Got on the Rattler game
If I had to
when
pick,
he got demoted.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you jumped on like you bought low.
I bought low. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
on him.
makes sense.
Mhm.
If I had to pick like one card, y'all know, like I have one, but I'm not into the card thing.
Mhm.
But if I had to pick one that I would value and probably never sell for my entire life is like a Nolan Ryan card.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would. I don't
agree.
think I'd ever get rid of
Any of
that.
the 90s like Dallas teams
Yeah.
I really like. I am looking. I can't decide. I'm trying to get again.
Or
We're
a
there
Derek
down the
Jeter
card.
one.
So the three. So
Derek Jeter.
in my career as a starter in the NFL, I think I was 3-3 or something like that. I'm trying to decide. I want to get good cards of the 3 quarterbacks I beat, and
Okay.
because I got ultimate respect for all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But like,
You got 3 good
so I'm
ones.
trying to decide if I'm going to get a card from the year that we beat them, or like try to find like a rookie card of theirs or something.
The year would be cool.
So that'd be, let's see, Stafford, Matt Ryan, Tony Romo. That'd be a fun one to have.
Do you have any 3? You have a Stafford.
I got a Stafford, but not like I got a Stafford from the Rams.
Oh, not the Lions.
Yeah, I was looking for Stafford rookie stuff about like in November because I knew he was going to win the MVP.
MVP. Yeah.
But I just didn't pull a trigger. I was like, ugh. People selling, they're kind of on the same page as me, so I don't know if I'm actually getting a good deal.
All right, yeah, it's us nerding out about cards, but a lot of people do now. It's in vogue. No big deal. And there is a card show in Gonzales this weekend. I'm going to be there Saturday, 3 to 5. It is free autographs. Me and Kay Falk. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Harlan Berry are going to be there as well. Not a big deal. Flynn's going to come. He'll be there. I don't care what he says. Sorry, Huck. Can't make your game today, son. Got a card show to go to.
I might be
Chef
a box.
Michael Johnson, your Munchie questions when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Right, what? What? Oh, like LSU baseball.
Yeah,
I got you.
who knows?
I do. 'Cause
I'm
I know
crazy.
you. You're what? If you've been thinking about upgrading your backyard, now's the time to call Russell Pool Company, specializing in custom pool design and construction, creating outdoor spaces that are perfect for relaxing, entertaining, and making memories with family and friends. From brand new pools to complete backyard transformations, their team handles every detail with quality and care. And with Louisiana heat right around the corner, there's no better time to get started. Visit russellpools.com to learn more. Russell Pool Company, your backyard elevated.
Russell Pools, russellpools.com, the best pool company, especially when it comes to custom pools in Louisiana. That's a name you should think of when you think of the highest quality pools around. And they have an incredible staff. Chris Anderson and the gang over there doing incredible things. Go see their gallery work at their website. Call them. If you want to start a project, just start a conversation. Just go see how amazing they are to work with. That is russellpools.com.
Rich girl, and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money won't get you too far, get you too far. Don't you know that it's wrong, to take what is given you so far gone.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
And you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, and it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway.
All right, welcome back in OTB. 9:15 on a Thursday morning. Let's go ahead and get to some munchie questions with Chef Michael Johnson.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson. Let's eat.
Chef, what's going on, brother? How we doing? How we living?
Man, I'm great. How are y'all?
Blessed and highly favored. Appreciate you asking.
Absolutely.
All right. Got a little munchie question coming in. I have some leftover rotisserie chicken. Should I use it to make chicken salad, or you got something else for me?
I don't know. Like leftover rotisserie chicken, I like to slather a lot of mayonnaise and on some bread and eat it. Make a sandwich out of it.
Isn't it you, Chef? It's you that likes cold chicken too, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, and like a piece of French, like a French loaf or a baguette or something. Look, oh man. I probably would put some sautéed mushrooms on there or something, like to give it a little bit of character. But, yeah, I like rotisserie. And honestly, like you can pull rotisserie chicken and make pulled chicken out of it. You can chop it up and put it into a lazy man's gumbo if you want to, instead of, cooking it from scratch. And there's lots of stuff you can do with rotisserie chicken. You just don't want to do it, like if you picked it up on Monday, today's the last day you want to use it. You don't want to put 4-day-old chicken into a gumbo that you're going to store for another 4 days. You know what I mean? You want to consume it immediately.
We're in the Flint family. We are taking our leftover rotisserie, making chicken quesadillas for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Great.
highly recommended right there. But
Yeah,
simple. Just
for
cheese
sure.
and chicken. Don't church it up too much. Cheese and chicken.
Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. We talked about this yesterday, I believe, Chef. What's the most overrated cut of steak?
Oh, man. For me, I think it's the filet. I like it's nice and tender and everything, but I don't necessarily like that. I like kind of a firmer texture of meat, and I like some marbling in there, too. The tenderloin is, I think, expensive because there's not much of it, right? It's supply and demand, and while it's tasty and tender, it doesn't have the marbling that if you're looking for flavor that I, look for in, say, a strip loin. And I actually prefer a little bit of fat on my steak. So, it's just an opinion. And there's going to be people that don't agree with me, but, I like the marbling of a strip loin. I think if, there's an argument to be made. Is the ribeye, I think it almost goes a little too far sometimes with the star fat that's in the center of the eye. So, I don't know. You pay a premium price for both of those cuts, where I think a strip loin is more affordable and it has kind of the best of both worlds of the two.
Hashtag Munchies. Trying to work out and get in shape. What's a solid meal plan dish I can make on a Sunday and eat on for a few days? Also, boiled crawfish potato salad was incredible. Thank you. Now, Chef, I do know that, like, for you, meal prep is something that you worry about a little bit because you do lose some of those nutrients if you make it and you wait too long to eat it.
That's right. But if you're cooking during the week, specifically if you're trying to have it, if you're cooking it on Sunday and you want it for the week, like whatever you're making on Sunday, just make a little bit more of it. The thing about it is that if you're looking to cut weight, it's calorie in, calorie out, and there's other dynamics there. Like honestly, you got to talk to your doctor about it. Make sure that you're doing it healthy. But as a general rule of thumb, you need to be tracking your calories, right? And it really is, like I'm cutting my carbs first. I'm keeping enough carbs in my diet to give me energy so that I can exercise. Exercise is super important when you're trying to lose weight because you're increasing your calorie burn, not just reducing your calorie intake. Both of those things have necessity. And so I'm really careful about not having any carbs in my diet because, it's to me a necessary thing. But I do think that, measuring, that you have 4 ounces of carbs, depending on what the carb is, obviously, but, 4 ounces of carbs, 6 to 8 ounces of protein, and then lots of fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables fill you up faster, so you feel full, but you're actually intaking less caloric intake. And so a lot of people don't like to hear that. I want the meat and potatoes. I don't want the fruits and vegetables. And fruits and vegetables are how we get full and add fiber to our diet. That helps balance blood sugar and stuff like that. And also, you got to watch the fats. that's the cooking techniques that you're using. When you submerge something in oil and deep fat fry it, it's going to exchange moisture for oil. And so what tastes good about deep fried foods is that it has fat and the tissues in it. You're submerging it in oil and exchanging it. There's a liquid exchange there. So, deep fat frying is not super healthy. You can oven fry, and if you have an air fryer, you can coat with oil and air fry and get that same texture. But you really have to watch your fat intake, because if you're not burning the fat through caloric burn, you're going to store the fat, and so that's an important piece of it, and what fats as well. Olive oils are good. There's lots of different conversations about seed oils and all kinds of different oils, but my go-to is olive oil. It's proven, and we know what it is. Extra virgin, it's good for you. Then it helps manage your LDLs, which is your low density lipoproteins.
Obviously.
Yeah, Chef. I mean, you bring up a lot of good points there, but like weight loss and trying to get in shape and all that, like it's different for, certainly things work for one person that might not work for others. You just got to kind of find what works for you. And
That's right.
A good rule of thumb is just kind of like you said, if you look through the day and you didn't burn more calories than you took in, then you're probably not going to lose weight.
And I think you have to be smart about it too, right, brother? Like, having a 200 calorie deficit by day means that you could probably lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. And, trying to drop 10 pounds in a week is really harsh on the human body. You have to be realistic about the burn, and set a realistic goal versus an over-aggressive goal that your body is going to respond negatively to.
Yep. Okay, Chef, #Munchies here. We're getting close to, I think, wild turkey season. What's your best advice for a good wild turkey breast?
Brine it. Wild turkeys they move around even more than farm turkeys do, and so that they're leaner. And while I absolutely love wild turkey, my always go to is and whether, truth be known, if it's wild or not, I'm going to brine it, just because it helps pull the salt into the meat. It helps retain moisture during the cook, and it helps prevent drying out while you're cooking. And so why not, right? Like, it's just a preparation that's going to ensure that you have a better product in the end result. So however you cook your turkey, make sure you brine it ahead of time.
#Munchies. Attempting to make authentic arepas, hope I got that right, for a Colombian friend of mine tomorrow night. What do you suggest, and what would you suggest putting on the inside?
Yeah, arepas. I've never actually made arepas from scratch myself. I work with a lady that does, but I'm afraid I don't have too much insight there. It's embarrassing.
What is that,
I don't,
Chef? I don't even know what that is.
It's a traditional dish. It's like somewhere in between a tortilla and like a enchilada or something like that. It's a dish. It's a traditional dish.
I always get hungry right about this time.
That's why we moved it back. We used to do this at 7:30,
right?
Yeah.
And it was too much.
Yeah, because Chef, we don't there's not a lot of time in the morning to get a breakfast before this. I'm always pretty hungry in general, but like right now it's like even more so. So thank you for that. So okay, so I got a question. So we were talking. So the kids were kind of in the grilled cheese world right now, and I want to what's your best advice on maybe not like a kid, it doesn't have to be a kid-friendly grilled cheese, but like if you were making the perfect grilled cheese sandwich, how you doing it?
Starting off with brioche, like a thick-cut Texas toast brioche, because it tolerates a lot of heat, and I'm going to butter both sides of the bread. Like if we're going to do a grilled cheese, like a grown man grilled cheese, it's going to have a thick piece of bread, and I like to take and make not just butter, but take and make like a maitre d' butter, where you put chopped parsley and garlic in it and whip it up so that it's nice and light and it spreads easy. So, you're going to have these chunks of parsley and stuff on the bread as you toast it as well. And you got to toast, first side goes down. You don't put the cheese on the bread yet. You heat that bottom side up and then flip it and immediately put your cheese on the bread. And it's got to be, like, greasy cheddar cheese is not going on my like it's going to be Gruyere or something nice and soft. And they actually have this cheese called raclette that you heat over fire and you scrape it onto your grilled cheese.
I've seen those.
And if you've never had a grilled cheese made that way, your life is missing something. And raclette it's got a little bit of bite to it. It's a little funky. But if not, like smoked Gouda is great.
How do you spell raclette?
Raclette, raclette. I think it's actually a Swiss type of cheese, but it's not like your typical Swiss, but it's a European for sure. But it's wonderful.
So it has opinions, unlike the other Swiss.
Most definitely.
Okay, it chooses a side. I got you. Chef Michael Johnson, always good enough to join us here to answer your Munchie questions. Chef, we always appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
All right, you as well. All right, we are going to step away, and when we come back, we're going to be joined by the head baseball coach for your LSU Tigers, Mr. Jay Johnson, right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, if your business relies on technology to run smoothly, you need a partner you can count on, and that is always, always, always going to be Gulf Coast Office Products. GCOP provides copiers, printers, and managed IT services to keep your office operating at its best. So, from document management to network support, their local team delivers fast, reliable service when it matters the most. So whether you're a small business or a large operation, they've got the solutions to help you stay efficient and productive. Visit GCOPnet.com to learn more. That's Gulf Coast Office Products, technology that works for your business.
It's GCOP. Yeah, you know me. It's Gold Coast Office Products. Louisiana's leader when it comes to office technology. It doesn't matter if it's a one-person office, two-person office, got a little Cajun basement the office right above your garage, or maybe it's 2,000 people. It doesn't matter. They can handle the needs. And not only is it great technology, it's the award-winning service team that makes all the difference in the world. When your stuff goes down, they can get it back up and running fast. Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Every single Thursday, we have the great opportunity to catch up with the head baseball coach for the LSU Tigers, Jay Johnson, who joins us now. Coach, we always appreciate it. Hope you're doing well.
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. Always excited for the conversation. Just like something we talked about last week that I'm sure you're excited about, we're excited about, that you can look up and see number one back in the lineup and see him out there in the field as well. And, Coach, we were talking about Chris Stanfield, of course, number one on your team. Just what he gives you in so many different phases of the game and in the box, on the base pass, in the field, and somebody that's been through the fire before, right? I mean, he's a senior player. He has been in a lot of different situations. Now that he is, like, fully back in the lineup, like, what does that guy mean to the success moving forward?
Well, it means a lot. If you look at just the contribution of last year, I feel like it really flew under the radar, maybe for, a couple reasons. He's on the best team in the country, but he was our leading hitter, in SEC play, which is the best pitching that you see. He led the SEC, all 16 teams, in doubles. So I think this is pure hitting offensive contribution is undervalued. And you just said it, like, the threat on the bases. And it's not even just like a stolen base thing, but, a ball in the gap, he's on first to run. Yep. A ball goes in the dirt, he's advancing to second base or third base. And the ball goes up in the outfield, it's an out. And so that's a lot of ways to impact the game. Maybe from a football standpoint, it's kind of like that, guy can catch the ball out of the backfield, return punts and kickoffs, and can, run.
Protect the quarterback.
Yes, exactly.
Let's
Probably
go.
the most important thing right there. So.
Overrated.
Coach, Matt always hating on the running back. The quarterbacks always just wonder how they stay clean back there.
Hey, that's right. It's like I was watching this clip of the movie, The Draft Day, the other day when the coach is like wants a runner and the GM wants a blocker. So I guess, you can do it all. Like you could, Dick. You're probably in a good spot.
That's right, baby. That's right.
I love it. Coach, just looking back a little bit, dropped 2 this the past weekend versus Vanderbilt, but you come out Tuesday and had a really good pitchers throwing well. Win the game, beat Grambling 7-1. But I found a fascinating kind of the remarks you made about this as being a must-win game on a Tuesday. Just kind of wanted to follow up on that and what kind of you meant about, and what I know we want to win every single game, obviously, but for a Tuesday game.
Yeah, I live in a different world than everybody else with college baseball, and the RPI is a real thing, and like you usually get protected, and we have a ton of protection coming up because everybody we play for like the next 6 weeks is like 18-3 or better, and so your opponent's winning percentage is the most important calculation in the RPI, and ours will probably get taken care of, but we got some ground to make up as it is right now. And if you lose to another team that's 5-12, home losses hurt you worse. Like we're just, I don't want to dig a hole that we can't get out of, no matter how well we play in SEC play. And it's one of those games that if you lose, you're going to drop like another 30 or 35 spots. And I mean, it's difficult because you can't tell the players that really. And finally, in the middle of the game, I was like, guys, we can't lose this game. Like, the offense has got to kick it into gear. And that's the opposite of the way I think and the way I coach. But it's like there's a reality component to that, and not on anybody else's radar. Maybe even my assistant coaches, players, fans, but definitely on mine. And the other part of this is like, we want to play well in the game, and I thought we certainly pitched well, which was great to see. I liked getting some of our supposedly better guys back out there because I feel like one way to get them throwing the ball in the zone is to get them to pitch more. And so I think there was a lot of positives in that game. I mean, they didn't make it easy. They decided to roll 3 of their weekend starters out during the game, which was, kept it a little closer maybe than I guess it should have been. But happy we won, and taking that loss doesn't mean every Tuesday is like that, but that Tuesday would have caused another big hole that, regardless of SEC play, might have been harder to dig out of.
Coach, if we do go back to the weekend, we go to Sunday's game. Like, that's one of those games where I felt like guys pitched really well. Like, I know the runs that were on the board for Vanderbilt, but like I think the weather conditions, obviously, if they got it up in the air, that thing was just traveling. But I do feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like Garcia and Sheeran, they came in, and more than just watching the stat line, like they kind of closed that game down, gave the offense time to not only play catch-up, but to pull ahead and stay ahead. Like, it felt like even though maybe the numbers don't say it, like there was some good on the mound on Sunday as well.
Yeah, I thought Williams threw really well. His little back thing, like, tighten up, and he could have kept going, but it's like, I think I said this after the game, like, that guy being healthy for the next 18 months is probably the key to my life. So it just like we had a 4 run. It's like, Coach Saban would have lost his mind if either of you guys would have got hurt. It's kind of one of those things. Right. So like I made it, and we had a little bit of wiggle room, and really what was a really important game to win too. And I was just like, nah, like we're not doing this. So he could have kept going. I thought he pitched outstanding in the game, and then. We ran into, an inning with Rizzi that was kind of interesting. And you're right. I mean, and we benefited from this too in the first inning. The conditions were very offensive. One of their guys just hit a routine pop-up that just kind of kept carrying and hit off the top of the big wall for a double and a couple runs. So that was part of it. Garcia, similar kind of thing, ran into some bad luck. I thought Sheeran did a great job. We made 2 errors in the infield. Otherwise, I don't think he would have given up any runs. And so, because the homer came right after 2 errors. So he did a great job. And then I was really proud of Cooper Williams coming back and finishing the game clean and had another good inning on Tuesday. He's a guy that, is really capable of pitching well often. And so that was good to see. So you're probably right. The series as a whole, like, I think we left a lot to be desired on the mound, but we're working on it hard, and we have good pitchers. Like the pitching talent in our program is not an issue right now. We got to get them better, and and have them execute to take some pressure off of the offense until some guys find their way at this level.
Coach, I'll follow up on that last point you were making. And we know that the talent level there, certainly on the mound, is there. Is it just, and you look back at the Friday game with Casey Evans, probably not the best outing that he would have liked to have. Is it guys that are just like close and just missing spots, or is there larger issues that need to be kind of worked out over time?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of everything. Like, and we're looking at it, internally. We had a 3-hour meeting on Monday just discussing our staff and basically how to get them on the rails and how to pitch to their capability. And, there's a number of things to look at, like the bigger picture one is like, hey, like it's really difficult scheduling here because you got to play at home 3 of the 4 weekends because of the crowd. And we're tied into some tournaments for another couple years, but like, hey, do I need to bring in like TCU or somebody like Texas Tech or, UCLA in a non-conference weekend so that our staff is ready, opening weekend of SEC play. And, again, with the scheduling, parameters we're under, that's a lot harder than it sounds to actually do that. But that was a layer of it. But that was like a big picture. And then the more micro or smaller focused stuff, making sure the relievers are ready to go with, coming out of the pen and a couple adjustments we can make with that. Making sure, like we're flipped a little bit this week of how the starters are preparing, relative to their bullpen during the week and then their bullpen leading into the game. When a guy gets off the rails with a pitch or two, making sure they're clear on their adjustment, whether it's mental, visual, or physical, to get back on it. Coach Yeski's, great at, staffs are always great at throwing strikes. So it's like there's some catch play intricacies that we adjusted with a few guys. And so they're young players. We just got to keep advancing them. And so I want to make sure we as a staff are giving them every chance to be successful. And we will continue to do that. I thought take opponent out of it. Tuesday was a step in the right direction because that was a number of guys that we count on and getting them back on the mound. And I thought they executed great in the game. It's great to see like Grant Fontenot come out and get us a couple clean innings. Paz finishing it out. He's going to be a star here. He's coming fast. Ricken, got us a scoreless inning in the first. So there was a lot of positives, and we just got to keep working. That's part of it. Controlling what we can control, which is the preparation part of this.
Catching up with LSU head baseball coach Jay Johnson here on OTB. All right, Coach, got a new series starting tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday series against Oklahoma. Another great baseball team, like you said. That's what the SEC is. Kind of give us maybe a preview of Oklahoma and what we can expect inside the box this weekend.
Yeah, they're playing well. Like I mentioned, they're one of those teams that's 17-4 or 18-3 or something like that. Great record. They've pitched really well. They have a lot of velocity on the mound, like hard throwing guys, like hard throwers, good out pitches, good brand of offense. Like they have a lot of fast players. They have a lot of old players. Very similar team to the team we played last year, just a year older, year better, year stronger, a little more physical, dynamic. They can hit the ball over the fence a little bit more than they did a year ago, but they're really, really aggressive on the base path and have a really good style of play. So, last year we were able to play the series the way we wanted to play it, and it's really important against these guys. Kentucky, similar deal next week, because they definitely have a distinct style of play.
Yes.
Coach, as we get ready for this series, I wanted you to just kind of pick your brain a little bit. Take us through your process before a game, before a weekend series. Like, how do you kind of make decisions, build the lineup, and balance who has the better bat, who has the better glove? How do you balance that lineup each and every game? Is there a plan for all three going into it, or do you kind of take it game by game?
There's a plan, but definitely game by game. The best way to do it is get guys that are balanced on both sides of the ball that, can make a positive contribution on offense and defense. So, like, you look at, I'll just use last year's team as an example because it was a championship team. Like, the value in Luis Hernandez and Danny Dickinson was they were very good on both sides of the ball. So you weren't pinch hitting, you weren't platooning for those guys, and the more you play, the better you get. But if you have an area you're trying to compensate for, it's my job as the coach, and whether you think you should have to or shouldn't have to, it's like Tuesday night. I mean, in terms of how we use the pitching, how we use the 8 and 9 hole in the lineup, it's like until we get going, like that's the way you have to do it. And I don't mind it that way because I think it gets more guys involved and all that, but ultimately our job is to win every game that we play. So there's a thorough process. As soon as I hang up with you guys, I'm walking in here with the staff and kind of going through our outline. It's a faster week, obviously, starting on Thursday. So everybody's, spent the last, since the end of the game on Tuesday to today on Oklahoma. I got to be honest, I cheated. I did some stuff on Tuesday before our game on Oklahoma. And that's very out of character for me, but we got that coming right now, and then we'll make some decisions, on the lineup. And there's some interesting things in this series that we have to pay attention to. And so there may be some couple different things than usual.
Yeah, Coach, and like we were talking beforehand, a guy like Jake Brown who's hitting 400 and just crushing the ball, 11 homers, 37 RBIs already. Like, I'm sure part of the conversation is, okay, we got to make sure this guy gets pitches. Like, we got to make sure that everybody's doing their job around him as well, because, I mean, he's hitting so well and he's been so good at the plate. He hasn't been chasing anything, and he's got as many walks as he does strikeouts. And so I'm sure like that, those are big conversations that feel like they're easy, but a lot of thought goes into something like that to make sure your guy is getting an opportunity.
Yeah, no doubt. And it helps. Like last year, I'll use that only as an example of point of comparison. I mentioned Luis. I mean, he's hitting the 8 hole in some games in the NCAA tournament, and nobody has bigger hits than that guy, And so, like, you put in pressure that you can score 2 runs in every inning that you play. Until guys get going, you have to pay more attention to what you were talking about. And, Derek, for me, is one of the best players in the country. So, ideally, you'd like to hit him leadoff, but, we've hit him behind him for a few games here just to help that cause, and he's cashed in. And, our best scenario is, Stanfield 9, Milam 1, and then Brown and Curiel 2, 3, 4 guys that won us a championship, all batting right in a row. And kind of putting Jake in the middle of that. But it's a game-by-game thing. Like, we flipped it on Tuesday for a very specific reason, and it was great. Chris got a big 2 RBI single, and with the bases loaded, they kind of put that one away the other day. So it's, we want Jake to impact the game as much as possible. I'm proud of his development. He's off to a great start and doing a great job.
All right, there he is, Coach Jay Johnson, good enough to join us every single Thursday here on OTB. Coach, we always appreciate the time, appreciate the insight. Best of luck coming up against the Sooners this weekend.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, guys.
All right, appreciate you, Coach. Go Tigers.
Yeah, the man. Got a feeling we're going to get out the old brooms this week.
Oh, okay. Flink on for a sweep. We'll take a break, our last break, more OTB on the other side.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Not only in Central, the entire greater Baton Rouge area, your one-stop plumbing shop, 225-500-0774, 24/7, 365, weekend, holiday, game day. That is the number. Again, 225-500-0774. Also, they are hiring right now. So when you go to centralplumbing.org, you go to Contact Us, you drop that menu down, and you click on Employment. And it's got everything that they have available right now. So they got current plumbing jobs open in multiple spots, like multiple parts of Louisiana. So go ahead, go to the website today and find your next career, centralplumbing.org.
That's right, looking for licensed plumbers, looking for customer service reps too. So if you're a people person, they're also looking for you. 52 years in the business, a third-generation company with competitive pay, vacation, 401k, company uniforms, iPads, supportive team environment. They're awesome. They're great. Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back into OTB. Always want to remind you about our friends over at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go Tommy's.com, GEAUX, Tommy's with the Y.com.
Yo, Tommy!
Go to the website. You'll clearly see the difference. You'll see the awards year after year after year. Best windows in Baton Rouge this year in the Advocate. Who'd that go to? Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. I'll answer my own question. Go Tommy's.com. GEAUX. Tommy's with the Y.com.
I wasn't paying attention. I find myself defending Nate Yeske more times than not.
Oh, that's what you're doing, chat. Yeah. Yeah, I'm too faithful in this staff to sit here and panic second week in the SEC.
Yeah.
And has it looked like we thought it was? No.
Well, Hunt also has a really good article out where he's like,
we're out on Hunt right now.
oh, okay. Well,
Just kidding.
he's like, well, this article is great.
We're out on
I appreciate that you were
I'm
like,
out on
okay.
Hunt.
I appreciate that I said that and you're like, okay. Yeah.
I'm in the
that.
foxhole.
I know. I appreciate that.
But he just has a good article up about the bullpen and how, like, it's proven that their bullpen and their staff gets better over time.
Jay's the man.
Yeah, Jay and Nate are both the men.
Yeah, I always look for that conversation. I really do. All right, we went along with Coach, but like you're always going to go along with the two-time national championship winning head coach. Go out to the box, go out to the PMAC. A lot going on this weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow. More
Later.
FTB.
USA.
All the way.
Off the bench.
Except they didn't go all the way.
They made it, but they didn't win it. All right, March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and it's a reminder you don't want to ignore because colon cancer is common, but it's also highly treatable when it's caught early. Screenings can catch issues before they ever become cancer, which is why doctors say to start at the age of 45. And if you got a family history or you have some symptoms, then it changes the plan a little bit. And you go ahead and you set that screening up right now. A colonoscopy is the most efficient screening, but there's also simple at-home options for some people. Bottom line is, have the conversation with your doctor. A primary care provider can help you stay ahead of it and get the right screening at the right time. So take that next step today, ochsner.org/schedule, or always on the My Ochsner app.
That's right. When it comes to your health, you want the best team on your side, and that team is 100% Ochsner. So from routine checkups, world-class specialty care, doctors, nurses, specialists are the best. Visit ochsner.org today.